Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you've liked my videos thus far. I will be making a video later just about some responses to some of the comments that I've gotten, and well, I'll do that later. We are going to do a hypnotherapy session on success in life. As always, if this is your first time going into hypnosis, or you have never seen the video link below, you must watch that before continuing. It's very important. I have a scratchy throat and I'm still doing hypnosis for you. Oh well. Yes, I want you to get the very best out of hypnosis sessions, and I'm going to implant the suggestion that you will not get the best unless you watch the link below. It's a little long, but you can watch it in you can watch it in sections, but you will not get the best out of my hypnosis unless you watch that 72-minute video. There, I said it. It really is that simple. But yeah, read the description and the links and so on. If you hear me getting a drink, some Crystal Light, during the session, that will just cause you to go deeper into hypnosis. Any, excuse me, if I cough a little bit or my throat gets scratchy, that won't disturb you in any way. That will bring you deeper into hypnosis. Okay? As always, make sure all items are shut off. Noise items, take your phone off the hook. But I'm giving you the pre-suggestion that you will remember to put everything back the way it was. If you need to put a do not disturb sign, do that. Make sure you're in a comfortable place. And I insist you must be in a chair that has, if you're in a chair, it must be one with arms. Okay? Again, that's a pre-suggestion. You must be safe. Safety is always number one with me. I do have my ethics, and that's something that's very important. It's very important you get only 100% or more from my sessions. And like I said, you will not get that unless you watch that session that explains hypnosis, how the brain works, and so on. And once it's been suggested, there's no getting rid of it. All right. There was this actress, and I wrote it in the description, and she got really good advice from this other actor, and he or she said that you must define success before you get it, because if not, your life's going to be screwed up. And for her, success was being able to pay her rent only off money that she made from performing. And I thought that was pretty cool. But yes, I love and care about each one of you. Oh, man. Anyway, your eyes will be closed, and this will be closed for a time during the session, but that will not disturb or startle you in any way. But this is a session on success. So, let's start out with some deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in only good, positive energy, and only blowing out stress, tension, and anxiety, and all negativity. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. On the 3rd breath out, you're going to close your eyes, okay? So breath 1 in. Out. Feel yourself relaxing deeply. In. Out. So deeply relaxed in. Out. Allowing your eyes to shut. That's right, just relaxing, sinking, drifting, dreaming. Every breath that you breathe out, that will just cause you to go deeper and deeper into hypnosis. Every word that you hear me say will cause you to go deeper and deeper into trance. All right. Excuse me. As I said, that just brings you deeper into trance. All right. I want you to relax your eyes. I mean totally and utterly relax your eyes. Relax them to the point that in a minute when I ask you to test them, they won't work. Your eyebrows might move up and down, but your eyelids will stay stuck shut as long as you, and only you can do this, can keep that relaxation in your eyes. So go ahead and relax those eyes to the point that they won't work. Excellent. Give them a test. Stop testing. Great. Your eyes stay stuck shut. Now I want you to take that same relaxation and let it flow over the top of your head, all the way through your body, down to the very bottoms of your feet. Excellent. Now, in a moment, I'm going to have you open and close your eyes. And you will tell when I ask you to do that. And each time your eyes shut, you go 10 times deeper into hypnosis. So go ahead and open now, shut now. 10 times deeper. Excellent. And as your body relaxes, so does your mind. You're always awake, never asleep, just concentrating on my voice. Eyes open and shut. And you go twice as deep. Feel yourself deeply, deeply relaxing. Excellent. And once more open and shut your eyes. Going so deep, so relaxed, and deeper into trance. Excellent. And just allow your body, mind, and spirit to relax. That's right. And know that I love you. That's right. Now we are going to relax the mind. And as the mind relaxes, so does the body. And here's how we're going to do that. We are going to count backwards from 100. And after each number we count, we're going to say deeper relaxed, and you in fact will go deeper relaxed. So this is the way you would count, not now, but this is the way you would count. 100, deeper relaxed. 99, deeper relaxed, and so on. And you will in fact go deeper relaxed, and with each number your voice will just quiet more and more until all the numbers just erase from your mind. You just lose count. And that's good, because you want to lose those numbers. And you will lose those numbers on or before the number 95. So go ahead now and count. That's right. The numbers starting to fade, becoming so small until they vanish from your mind. And on the next number, you will have lost all other numbers. Excellent. All gone? Great. And just sink and drift and dream, going deeper and deeper down now. You're doing great. With each breath you take, the deeper and deeper you go. Nothing disturbs you, nothing bothers you. Excellent. Now I'm going to count from 10 backwards, and with each number that I count, you're going to just sink deeper and deeper into hypnotic trance, allowing your mind to become open to all positive suggestions I give you. 10, 9, 8, doubling in relaxation with every number. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, sinking deeper and deeper. 2, and 1. And just allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into trance. Excellent. Now from this moment on, nothing disturbs you, nothing bothers you. You just continue to let yourself sink deeper and deeper into a relaxed state, continuing to allow yourself to go into a deeper and deeper hypnotic trance, becoming farther and farther relaxed with every breath that you take. So your body relaxes and your mind concentrates on the sound of my voice, and imagine what I suggest to you. Your mind is interested only in the sound of my voice, and you listen expectantly for the suggestions that I am about to give you. For you see, your sense of imagination is heightened, and you imagine whatever it is I suggest to you as you become more and more relaxed. With every breath you take, every word I say, every syllable. First, you imagine yourself to be a success. Imagine yourself to be a success just like you have in the past, only this time you can imagine yourself to be a success a lot better, because you are already beginning to believe it. You want to be a success. That's one of the reasons that you are listening to this. So, as I give you these suggestions, you continue to imagine yourself to be a success in every way. You see, In order for you to be a success, you must first imagine yourself to be a success. And since you are what you believe yourself to be, you believe yourself to be a success in every way. And picture yourself successful in every way. And since you become what you think about all day, you think success. You feel success, and you concentrate on your mind on being a success. Now, you know this. When a concert pianist plays the piano, he concentrates his entire mind on playing the piano. He is not just wondering if he will hit a wrong note or perhaps what is going on in the audience. He is concentrating his entire mind on playing the piano. Think about that. He is not concentrating just part of his mind on playing and part of his mind on the fear that he might not do it right. He's concentrating his entire mind on playing the piano. Well, not too long ago, there was a 14-year-old girl from San Francisco. She swam the English Channel. She was the youngest girl ever to swim the English Channel. And as you know, she did it under hypnosis. She concentrated her entire mind on swimming the English Channel. In fact, she concentrated her mind so much on swimming the English Channel that she had already swam the channel in advance in her mind before she ever got in the water. It was accomplished fact in her mind before she ever got in the water. Now, do you get the significance of what I'm saying? Swimming the English Channel was an accomplished fact in her mind. You see, swimming the English Channel was already an accomplished fact in her mind before she ever got in the water. You see, Henry Ford had to conceive that Ford in his mind before he ever built it. Thomas Edison had to see the electric light in his mind before he ever designed it. Now, for you, being a success is an accomplished fact in your mind before you ever begin. For you see, in the case of that young swimmer, if part of her mind had been concentrated on fear of what might happen if she didn't make it, then she would have been sapping her own strength. She would have been reducing her own power and her own ability. Now, the truth of the matter is that each of us saps our own strength to a certain extent. We sap our own strength depending upon the amount of fear that we allow to creep in our minds. And you know, sometimes we even get afraid to let go of that fear. We fool ourselves into thinking that maybe fear is a good thing. Maybe it will motivate us. We say, maybe if I am afraid I am going to be poor, then I'll have to strive to be rich. Well, nothing could be farther from the truth on that. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to silently think of the answer. When you accomplish what you want to do, when you can accomplish what you want to accomplish? Well, the answer is when you get rid of the fear that it might not be accomplished, then it won't. Now, there are 3 negative emotions, any one of which can keep us from accomplishing what we want to accomplish. And these 3 negative emotions must be eliminated. They must be eliminated from your mind right now. Eliminated right now before we can ever get started on self-improvement. And these 3 negative emotions don't do anything except hold you back. And these are the 3 negative emotions. They're fear, anxiety, and guilt. Fear, anxiety, and guilt. And certainly you realize right now that the last thing in the world that you want are these 3 negative emotions of fear, anxiety, and guilt. In fact, you're so anxious to get rid of them that we are going to remove them from your mind right now. But before we remove them, I'm going to show you how to recognize them so you will never, ever allow them to creep back into your mind again. Now, the first emotion, the biggest one, fear. I'm afraid you see fear usually creeps back in the form of motivation. You say to yourself, oh, it's a good thing for me to be afraid. It motivates me. That brings me back to the example that I gave you a minute ago. Maybe if I'm afraid I am going to be poor, then I will have to strive to be rich. Well, that's ridiculous. For you see, fear only motivates people to panic. Fear only motivates people to panic, and you know that is true. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, one shouldn't allow a man to yell fire in a crowded theater. Well, of course we shouldn't. Why? Because it makes people afraid. And what do they do when they get afraid? They panic. They lose their reason. They rush for the exit, even though it is blocked. And they pile up behind the door and they die because they panicked. You see, fear doesn't motivate people. It paralyzes them. Emotion takes over. When emotion takes over, reason flies out the window. So therefore, right now, you allow yourself to accept the suggestion that all fear must go. I don't care what you're afraid of. Fear must go. It doesn't do you any good at all. It doesn't do you any good at all. It doesn't do you a bit of good. Now, anxiety. You know, anxiety is just another word for worry. And really successful people have no need to be anxious. Why? Because they have learned to channel their energy in positive attitudes, positive planning, rather than let it go to waste in the form of anxiety or worry. You know, anxiety just clutters the mind. Pardon me. Anxiety just confuses the mind, and you know that is true. Think of the person on a television quiz show who knows the answer, but because they are so anxious, the answers are blocked from entering his conscious mind and he misses the question. Then immediately after leaving the stage, he recalls the answer. You see, anxiety blocked his conscious recall, and it made him inefficient. You have had the same thing happen to you in a group meeting before. You started to introduce someone whose name you knew 10 minutes earlier, but now you are a little anxious and your mind became confused and you couldn't even recall the name you wanted at the correct moment. Think about it. In fact, many a businessman has spoken in front of a group of people, and after sitting down, finishing the speech, he remembered a lot of the good points he should have said to make his speech more effective. Now, why does this happen? Because we allow this negative emotion called anxiety to confuse our minds, and the amount of energy we waste through anxiety can make us a lot more effective and successful. You see, anxiety has got to go. Fear and anxiety are emotions that do nothing but injure you. You cannot afford them any longer, so we are going to remove them. But you know what? The most insidious negative emotion of all is guilt. Now, guilt comes later. Guilt is kind of it's kind of an after-the-fact emotion. You say, I feel guilty because I made the wrong decision. Therefore, I ought to punish myself. You see, guilt calls for punishment. We know that is true from our court system. If a man is found guilty, punishment follows. And sometimes this guilt emotion is very subtle. It's almost forgotten from the conscious mind, but not the subconscious mind. I feel guilty because of something that happened a long time ago in my childhood, doctor. I didn't do the best for my mother. I didn't do the best for my father or my brother or my sister. Or I could have done this, but I didn't. I should have done that, but I didn't. Now, what are we going to do about all this guilt? Guilt tells us we should be punished. This guilt feeling makes us certain that we don't deserve all the good things of life. Guilt makes us certain that we don't deserve to be a success. And if I don't deserve to be a success, I've got to prevent it. This is deep. Do you see how insidious that emotion is? It comes on later. It's kind of an after-the-fact emotion. It gives you the, quote, I don't deserve, end quote, complex. It gives you the, quote, I must punish myself complex. Yes. And how can I punish myself? By never achieving the goals for which I am striving. So right now you allow yourself to realize that you can do well without fear. You can do without anxiety. You can do and must do without guilt. For you now realize that you can't start your car on the road to success if you've gotten 3 feet on the brake. So right now, you're ready to remove those 3 feet off the brake. You are ready to remove those 3 negative emotions which have been holding you back. So I'm going to count to 10. And as I count to 10, I'm going to remove those 3 negative emotions from your mind permanently, never to recognize them. Now you know how to recognize them. You know how to recognize them right now. You are not going to let them return once I remove them. You are not going to allow them to return once I remove them. Now I'm going to count to 10. And at the count of 10, these 3 negative emotions are removed from your mind. Now, if you don't really need them at all, you never did need them. And even if you did feel like you needed them in the past, the reason for needing them has outlived its usefulness. That's all in the past. Now, maybe you thought if you had to be afraid of something in the past. Well, if you did, the reason has outlived its usefulness. Maybe you thought you had to be guilty. Those emotions may have been useful at one time, but their usefulness has expired. No good. Their usefulness has gone. Their usefulness has collapsed and melted away. For you realize you used to worry, but you now realize you don't need to worry anymore. You used to be anxious. You even used to feel guilty. But now you realize that you don't need to punish yourself in any way longer. So, on the count of 1, these emotions are now going to be removed permanently from your conscious and subconscious mind. 2, they haven't been doing anything but holding you back. 3, they have been holding you back because you were afraid to recognize them. 4, but now you realize you have allowed them to interfere in your life long enough. 5, and once you've removed them from your mind, you're never, ever going to allow them to creep back in. 6, you're going to be surprised and you're going to be amazed at just how quickly this is going to work for you. 7, for you realize that never before have so many blocks been removed so easily and so quickly. 8, and you're in a hurry to get rid of them now. Who needs them? 9, just feel them going already. You can almost feel them getting ready to leave, and you are letting them go. We are getting rid of every single one of those negative emotions right now. Now, take a real deep breath. Do it right now. Breathe deeply. That's it. All the way in, and all the way in, and all the way out as you relax and let go. Let go. Let go. Let go in 10. Relax completely and breathe normally in every respect as those negative emotions leave you completely. Now, relax and relax deeply. Relax completely, because you are going to be surprised and you're going to be amazed at just how wonderfully efficient you're going to operate in the coming week. Now that you have allowed all 3 negative emotions to leave you completely, now go out with confidence. You feel comfortable inside and you are always in control. You are loved, and people like you. That's it. Relax. More and more. You're doing so good. You rock. All right, I am going to count from 1 to 5, and with each number that I count, you are going to become more awake and more emerged from this hypnotic trance. And when I get to 5 and snap my fingers, you'll be completely out of hypnosis. 1, 2, your thoughts coming back to you and your surroundings. 3, taking in a nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth as you stretch out a little bit. 4, feeling that positivity just flow through your veins. And 5, eyes open, eyes open, eyes open. Fully emerged out of hypnosis. Awesome, you did great. Now, you will be a success, and congratulations on that. Happy holidays. This will be my official Christmas video for you. I love you all. God bless.